2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the beat back.
Hello YouTube, QB999 here with my new Innistrad deck. Actually, this is the deck I used for the draft. So, it's not actually a deck I would really build myself as kind of the deck that was made after all the cards that I grabbed. So, first off, I did a Curse of the Bloody Tome. It's one of the new curses. It makes a player mill 2 cards each turn. Next one I did was a Lost in the Mist. It counters a target spell and returns a permanent to its hand. You know, I was trying to do more control and mill at the time. Mindstreaker was one of the first was the first card I got, where you mill a card and then he gets buffed up depending on the cost of the card that got milled. Next guy I got was a couple of Delver's Secrets, which is pretty good. It's a 1-drop creature that becomes a 3/2 flying if your top card is a instant or sorcery. My next card was Frightful Delusion. You know, it's a couple other counter spells, although not that good late in the game, because the opponent's going to have the 1 mana he needs to stop the effect from happening. But it still makes him discard a card regardless. Stitch Drake. It's a 3/4 flyer for 3, which is good. You have to remove a creature from your graveyard from the game to play it, but that's not hard to do at all. I actually got 4 sensory deprivations, which enchants a creature and makes it -3/-0. I originally only put 2 of these in my deck, but then I realized how important it was to have these, so then I put all 4 that I grabbed, and it helped out a lot, actually. Reckless Waif, this guy helped me out a whole lot. First turn, drop it. Second turn, it becomes a 3/2 and starts swinging right away. Next is Village Ironsmith. He's a 1/1 first strike that becomes a 3/1 first strike. I just like the first strike aspect of it. You know, it's a really strong ability in draft. Next is Tormenta Pariah. That's a 3/2 drop, and then becomes a 6/4 after it transforms. So it's just one of those big creatures you kind of need to have at least one of in your deck. Next up is a Dream Twist. It's basically milling 3 cards with a flashback. You know, I figured 40-card deck, getting rid of 3 cards can really actually net you a win if you get rid of something good. Hysterical Blindness basically makes any creature, gives all your opponent's creatures -4/-0. So if they're all attacking, you can basically nullify it. A good majority of it with that. Ludwig's Abomination. This guy really came in handy, and he actually won me a game because he starts as an 0/3, but then becomes this 13/13 trample that there's almost no cards that can deal with it, especially if you give it hexproof with this card, Mask of Avacyn. So it was only the last couple rounds I managed to get this actually out and onto him, which really helped me win. Next up is a Dark Thicket Wolf. You know, it's a good starter 2-drop that can buff up to 4. Moonmist. This was important for helping me to transform all my humans when I needed it the most. And also it works as a fog too. I kind of wish I had grabbed a few more of these. Next up is a Somberwald Spider. It's just a 2/4 spider with reach, but it can come into play as a 4/6 if something died. Ranger's Guile. I mostly picked this up just for the hexproof. You know, I was hoping to try and protect my Ludwig's Test Subject and other important cards, at least for a turn with this one. Nod to the Bone, you know, it was kind of a last-ditch effort card to give myself enough life to hopefully survive for a turn, and hopefully give myself the time I needed to win. One-Eyed Scarecrow. They finally did a good Scarecrow in this set. This is what they should have been before. where he's a defender and he just gives all your opponent's flying -1, -0. He actually goes against flying. That's what they should have been in the first place. You saw Mask of Avacyn. The last card I got was the Shimmering Grotto. You know, I went, as you can see, I went blue, green, with a little splash of red. So having a multi-land land that could give me any color mana was pretty helpful. You know, it actually did come in handy being able to play a lot of the blue spells. Actually, surprisingly, a lot of the blue spells, I needed it. Red, it helped out a lot, and so with the green. So I would recommend trying to get at least one of those in your deck if you're planning on going 3 colors. Anyway, so that was my draft deck. You know, if I can, I'll probably twiddle with this one a little around, because I kind of like the idea of it. Actually, there's one card that's missing, and that's my Mayor of Averbrook. He's the human lord that, when he transforms, he gives all wolves and werewolves +2/+2, and you get a 2/2 wolf each. No, it's just +1/+1, but you get a 2/2 wolf each turn. So I don't know where he went actually, but I'll be looking out for him. So anyway, this was my draft deck. It actually got me 3 out of 5 wins. Yeah, I think about that. So anyway, so let me know, you know what, maybe it'll give you an idea of where to start out at, or some cards you can maybe think about trying to grab if you go to a draft. So thanks for watching.